Today we're going to be making some homemade yogurt. Now, if you've never made yogurt from home, you can make it in your Instant Pot, you can make it in your crock pot, you can make it in your oven. I mean, there's so many ways to make yogurt, but for me, I really like the convenience of being able to make it in a yogurt maker. It's just, you don't even have to think about it. It's so simple to do. So let's get started making some yogurt. I'm going to show you the yogurt makers that I have. I actually have two of them. One of them's really old, but I do use it occasionally. It's got a little bit smaller jars and I've broken a couple of them. So sometimes when I just need a few jars of yogurt, I use that one. But then I have a bigger one that I use when I'm making a bigger batch of yogurt. So this is my older yogurt maker. It's called an Epica yogurt maker. It's really easy to use. I'm missing a couple jars. I've had this thing forever. I do have one jar left in the refrigerator that I had made some yogurt from. Today I'm actually going to be using some store-bought yogurt to make my yogurt, and I'm going to show you the way that I do a non-fat yogurt. So this is my larger yogurt maker. It's called a Sutek yogurt maker. It actually comes with 8 jars. You can either do 10 milliliters or, you could do 100 milliliters or 180 milliliters. And so I'm just gonna take these out because we're gonna make all this yogurt today. Make sure your jars are clean. Mine are clean, I always put them away clean. So today I'm just gonna be using some Chobani. I wanna make sure that it's plain, non-fat yogurt. So it's very important that you make sure that you've got live cultures inside of your yogurt. This is really important. All you want is yogurt cultures. So I'm going to take the lids off of my yogurt containers. Now, because I'm still dieting, I'm going to use some of this non-fat milk, but in all honesty, if you use whole milk or half and half, of course your yogurt's going to come out a lot thicker. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure that I get all of the cultures in the yogurt, and then I can thicken it up when I'm done. And one of the ways I thicken it ahead of time is I add just a little bit of non-fat powdered milk to it before I get it cooking. So let me show you the simple way that we're going to make yogurt today. So I'm going to fill these all the way up. Well, not all the way, but to one of these jars, I take 2 tablespoons of a non-fat dry milk. Now I get this in bulk at my local grocery store, and all I'm going to do is add this to my milk. 2 tablespoons, just like that. I'm going to give it a good stir, and while I work on the other ones, I'm going to let this kind of dissolve into the milk. All we're going to do is put some of this milk into each one of our containers. We don't need a lot, but we do want to have a little bit in each one of our containers. Now, if it's not thick enough after I make it, then I add some chia seeds, or, after you put it in the refrigerator, you'll see it's going to thicken up a little bit. Now we're going to put our milk in here. Right in the jars. I mean, you can do, I've seen so many videos and I've read the instructions, so many ways to make this. It's just such a difficult process. It doesn't need to be that way. You want to have 5% of your yogurt culture that you're adding to your milk. So I'm going to take my yogurt culture, which is basically just my yogurt, which is the non-fat plain yogurt, and all I'm going to do is put some of this into each one of these jars. I usually put in about a teaspoon. There's going to be a little bit left, so unless you eat it, which you can, oops, I just put that right back into the containers. It's going to be a very small amount, but you'll see one of these small little yogurt containers, which is 3.5 ounces will pretty much take care of this yogurt. Now this particular yogurt maker, you're gonna put a lid on it, on the little jars when you put them in. But if you're making yogurt from, you know, the old one I have, you leave the lids off. So I'm just kind of cleaning the bottoms of the jars. Most of them don't have anything on them. I'm gonna take my little whisk, just whisk the yogurt with the milk. All right, now we're gonna put all the lids on here. And we're just gonna put them in the yogurt maker. Now you can cook these up and ferment them without water in the container. It'll just make it a little bit more uniform, I found, if you put some water in here. They say add warm water, but this actually, the milk came right out of the refrigerator, so I'm not gonna put super warm water, maybe room temperature. So all we're gonna do is set the temperature first, and we're gonna put that to 110. So after 8 hours, this is how the yogurt comes out. You can see some of the whey has separated to the top, but the yogurt has actually, you know, become more firm down at the bottom of the jars. So all I do, I'm just kind of showing you as I pull it up how creamy and wonderful this is from non-fat milk. It's unbelievable to me. And one of the ways that I make this a little bit thicker as soon as I am done cooking the yogurt or fermenting the yogurt is by adding some chia seeds. It's very easy, very fast, then we refrigerate it. So it is the next day and my yogurt has sat in the refrigerator all night long. The chia seeds have plumped up, and let me show you what I have and how I use my yogurt to make smoothies and all kinds of things. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is my yogurt with the chia. As you can see, it's thickened up quite a bit. Now you can eat this like it is. It's gonna be really yummy. It's gonna be really good. Now, you remember, I made this with non-fat milk. I didn't use, you know, a full-fat milk. I'm, you know, still on my diet program where I'm trying to actively lose weight. So for me to thicken it up, I actually put it in the refrigerator overnight and I add the chia seeds. Now at this point, you could put a little bit of like monk fruit sweetener on it. You could put some honey on it. You could add some blueberries or strawberries, maybe some granola. But I like to add this to my smoothie. So let me show you how I do it. So I actually use a Ninja handheld blender. It's battery operated, really handy to have, but any kind of blender that you use will work. Now I call this my breakfast of champions. I just think this is so good. So I take a half of a cup of rolled oats, just regular rolled oats that I buy at the grocery store. And I am gonna go ahead and put those in my blender. Now I've put those in with about half a cup of almond milk, not very much, just a little bit to, you know, get these softened up. I actually put them in the microwave for about a minute. I don't really fully cook them, but this seems to work really well. I put a small amount of almond milk. I just want to make sure that this is nice and cold. I'm going to add a little bit of blueberries to the mix. About 1/4 of a cup of blueberries. You don't need a lot. These are very good. Then I'm going to add my yogurt. Just pour it right in. You can see how nice and thick that's become. And it is good to the last drop. Look at that. Yum, yum. And so now I'm going to put a scoop of my Naked Whey protein powder. I love this particular powder. It doesn't have any, you know, artificial anything in it. It's just really good protein powder. Then I put a little bit of monk fruit sweetener in it. And then we'll give this a little whirl I'm gonna fill it up to the line with a little bit more almond milk. Now this is the unsweetened almond milk. And I am just gonna put this on the smoothie button. It's really easy. Let me show you how it came out. Look at that. And this is so good. This is such a good breakfast. Totally filling, really healthy. You're getting your probiotics from the yogurt. You're getting blueberries. You're getting, you know, a little bit of oats. This is really a good breakfast. Let's give it a try. I'll let you know my honest opinion. I drink this all the time. Delicious. And these are very expensive. If you were to go to a health food store or someplace where they make smoothies, they're not going to taste nearly as good as this. So make your own yogurt. I have 7 more left. And they're wonderful. You can eat them plain. You can put fruit in them. You can put them in smoothies. You can make dips out of them. You can make salad dressing out of them. You can do just about anything. And yogurt's very good for your gut health. So I'm going to link the yogurt maker that I have down below in the description. If you've never tried making yogurt, give it a try. It's very good, very easy, and you can definitely make it with non-fat milk. So thanks for watching today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.